안녕하세요, 소서리스입니다. 요번에는 이제 좀 대규모로 옛날 그냥 게이트볼이라고 하죠. 좀 그런 대회, 미국에서 좀 유행하는 에디슨 포맷이라는 대회를 좀 열려갖고 참여를 했는데, 그 중에 이제 40명 참가 중에 1등을 하신 카이로님의 이제 덱 레시피 좀 소개를 하고, 본인의 그 덱을 짠 이유라든지 그런 걸 좀 알아보려고 인터뷰를 좀 했습니다.
예,
안녕하세요.
예, 유튜브 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다.
예.
저는 카이로.
오케이.
오늘 블랙윙. Dark arm. Blackwing 했어요.
오케이.
So 영어로 할게요.
오케이.
So I play Black Wings, and of course, it wouldn't be Black Wings without Dark Arm Dragon, right?
Okay.
This is the signature card. I didn't draw it that much, but whenever I summoned it, I won on that turn. One of the best cards in Edison format. When you see Dark Arm, you're gonna lose. Next up, Triple Sirocco.
오케이.
This card is really good because the strongest decks in Edison are Black Wings and Vayu Turbo. And when you summon Sirocco, you can activate his effect and make him strong and gain the attack of all the monsters on the field. But in the tournament, I tricked somebody actually, because in Edison format, there's priority. In 1103, I know there's no priority, but priority means you can activate an ignition effect when it's summoned. So Sirocco says he gains the attack of all monsters on the field, but other monsters can't attack. So one trick you can do, and I did this in tournament, was I asked my opponent if they're gonna activate the effect, and then they said yes, and I went bottomless. So then they summoned Armwing, because they had another Sirocco and Vayu in the grave, but they couldn't attack because they used his effect. So it's kind of like a little trick that you can do, right? But anyway, Sirocco, he's really good. He's 2000, he beats over a lot of problems. Really good against Gladiator Beast too.
오케이.
Okay. Next up, Shura. He's probably the best Blackwing of the deck because when he destroys a monster, he can search out another Blackwing, 1400 or less, 1500 or less, 1400 or less, one of the two. Anyway, you never get anything 1500 or higher, but anyway. So with Shura, you can get Vayu or Gale or Kalut. So he's really, really good. And the cool thing is he negates the effect. So when you get a Vayu, you can synchro with it. Because Vayu says that you cannot use him as synchro material on the field. But because he negates Vayu's effect, when you attack a monster and search out Vayu, you can synchro with it. So a really good combo that I like to use with Shura actually is if I have Shura and Gale in my hand. So you go summon Shura and then special summon Gale. So I'll just show you. And then special summon Gale.
Okay.
And then Shura will attack and kill the monster. And then Shora's effect, you can search out Vayu. So. And then main phase 2, you can synchro 4 and 3 for 7 and make Armor Master. And then you can synchro, because remember his effect's negated. So now you can make Stardust. So now you're filled. You have a Stardust on the board, and you have a Silverwind that you can make at any time, right? So it's actually a really, really strong play with Black Wings. And it's just off of 2 cards, right? Just Shura and Gale. So Shura, like I said, one of the best Blackwing monsters in the entire deck. And if you know how to use him wisely, you can get a really broken field. Next up, you have Triple Bora. Bora, he's actually not that great. But you have to play him because he's a Blackwing and he's good with Black Whirlwind. Next up, like I mentioned earlier, you have Gale, the 1 Gale. You play 1 because it's at 1. If it was at 2 or 3, you would play 2 or 3. Really good. 1 card out to Stardust, summon half, attack Renaru. 1 card out to Vanity's Fiend. Even though Blackwings, they don't struggle with Vanity's Fiend because they have really good traps, but Gale, he's really good. Triple Kalut. This is kind of like Honest, but sometimes he can be better than Honest. Because Honest, you can only activate when monsters battle, but Kalut you can drop anytime. So sometimes if you want to go for game, you can just go like Bora or any other Blackwing attack, drop triple Kalut, and your opponent can't do anything to respond. And actually sometimes he's the best monster to combo with Black Whirlwind. And the reason why he's the best monster to combo with Black Whirlwind is because when you look at Black Wings, all of their monsters get hit by bottomless. 3, 6, 9, right? So there's 9 cards that get hit by bottomless. And when you go Whirlwind Gale, like it's not as good because the only targets you can search are like Bayou, which isn't really that useful. But when you go Whirlwind Pollute, you can search out Gale, you can search out Blizzard, which I'm gonna explain next, and you can search out Bayou. So it dodges bottomless and it lets you search out a lot of different cards. Next up, we have the Triple Blizzard.
Okay.
This card is also one of the best cards in Edison format. There's no card like him. He's a 1-card synchro. When he's summoned, you can get a level 4 or lower Blackwing from your graveyard and special summon to the field, and he doesn't negate the effect. So you have to remember the difference between Shura and Blizzard, right? So Shura, when he gets a Blackwing, he negates the effect, but Blizzard, when he gets a Blackwing, he doesn't negate the effect. So that means like you can go summon Blizzard, bring back Gale, and then Gale can still have other monsters. You can also go summon Blizzard and bring back Ashura. And in some cases, you might not even want to synchro with the Ashura. You might want to keep it on the field for later. That way he can run over monsters and summon other monsters from the deck, right? Next up for the monsters, we have 1, 2, and there's a third one hiding. Here it is,
Sorry.
Triple Bayou. Now this, a lot of people don't agree with. A lot of people just play like 1, and some builds they play 2. But the reason why I play 3 is because I know the weakness of Black Wings. Like I said, when you look at the deck, 3, 6, 9 cards get hit by bottomless, right? So if you have a Bayou in the graveyard, then when you activate his effect, your turn's not over when your monster gets bottomless. You can continue to play. And this actually happened in tournament against the best YouTuber ever, right?
Okay.
So I actually had Bionic on the field, and I had a Bayou in the grave, and he had Torrential set, and I had to read that he had Torrential set. So I kept summoning monsters, but he couldn't Torrential because if he would have Torrentialed, I just go Bayou effect and attack him for game, right? So the reason why I play 3 is because Black Wings lose to cards that stop their summon. So like Bottomless, Torrential, all these cards. So maybe you don't need to play 3, maybe you could play just 2, but I really like 3. And I also combo them with this card here, Dark Greffer. So I play 1 Dark Greffer because it gives the deck more power. Kind of like Bayou Turbo, right? Because if you open up Greffer, and since I play 3, you can open up like Greffer Bayou and activate the effect, pitch Bayou, pitch Sirocco, and that's really good. The reason why Dark Greffer is so good is because nobody ever bottomlesses Dark Greffer. It never happens. Because when you summon Greffer, you always do it with priority, right? So you go summon Prio and you can pitch Bayou or pitch Sirocco, and now in your graveyard, you have a Blackwing that you can summon at any time. And remember, like I keep saying this because it's really important to know how to beat the deck, right? If you want to beat Black Wings. Because some people think Black Wings are like the best deck of the format, but actually it's Bayou Turbo, right? It's not Black Wings. But the way to beat Black Wings is just to stop their summon. So if you go Greffer and you pitch a Bayou or a Sirocco, then now your summons can't be stopped for the following turns. So it's really good. And I just play 1 because even though he's good, he's not a Blackwing. And the deck combos with other Blackwing cards, so just 1 is enough. And the last monster I play, Gorse.
Gorse.
This card is not typically seen in Black Wings. But the reason why I play it is because I think it's too important to have defense. Sometimes you don't open up the right combination of trap cards, and because it's unexpected, your opponent plays into it. They'll summon their big monster and they'll attack your life points directly. You'll drop a Gorse and they can't recover. This card is one of the most powerful cards in Edison formats. He can win the entire duel by himself, just Gorse. So I play him, but I understand why some people don't play him. So that pretty much wraps it up for the monster. I'm gonna move on to the spells.
Okay.
We'll keep Dark Arm on top. All right, so Black Wings, they actually don't play that many spells. I only have, just 5 in my hand. So Brain Control, hands down the best card in Edison format. It's either this or Trap Dust Shoot, but I would say this because the difference is you can more likely than not activate Brain Control than Trap Dust Shoot. Sometimes you pull Trap Dust Shoot and it's dead because your opponent has like just 2 or 3 cards in their hand. But usually when you draw Brain Control, it's live because 800 life points is almost free. But anyway, so the 1 Brain Control, MST, Heavy Storm. This is also a powerful spell, but still not as powerful as Brain Control. Allure, 6 spells. And lastly, double whirlwind. If you open up whirlwind Shora or even whirlwind Kalute, like I mentioned, just even that plus that you got already is game breaking enough to just win. And the longer this card stays on the field, the less chance that you have to win. So let's say that you successfully resolve 2 normal summons while having Black Whirlwind up. Game's over. Your opponent's not going to be able to recover. So that's how Black Wings win. They win because they're able to keep swarming the field. So you need to get rid of this card as soon as possible when your opponent plays it. So even if it's like you have to heavy storm just 1 card, like it feels bad, but trust me, it was going to get a lot worse if this stayed on the field. So these are only the 6 cards, spells that I play. Blackwing is a deck of tracks. You can just look at that. Like it's so many traps. So if you're wondering for like how do you beat Blackwings, well, Royal Decree is really good. Trap Stun is also really good. So you just gotta stop them from activating their traps. Their monster effects are good, but like, I mean, look at this. Like it's just too many traps. So we'll start off with Royal Oppression. It's really good. I mean, it's banned in modern format. It's one of the reasons why Blackwing's so powerful. But even though this card is good, it's actually really only good against rogue decks. Against the top decks in Edison format, it's not good. It's not good against Hero Beat. It's terrible. I mean, you can hit Miracle Fusion, which is good, but like that's the only card that really hits. Diva Hero Beat, it's a little bit better because you can also hit Diva. It's not good against Value Turbo. It's not good against the Mirror Match. So against the top decks, it's not that good. And against Frog Hero, it's pretty decent, but 3 out of 4, it's not good. So you actually side this out against the top decks a lot, but against rogue decks, anything that's not one of those decks I just mentioned, this card just completely destroys them. Even against like Zombies, Diva Hero, Quick Draw, like all these decks, they lose so hard to Royal Oppression. It's so good. And once again, just like I said with Brain Control, 800 life points is nothing. The card is really good. Mirror Force, standard, no need to explain anything. Trap Dust Shoot, like I said, one of the best cards in SM format. But I will give everyone who's watching a tip. You should not keep this card in every single game. So you have to think about the type of deck that you're playing against. So like when I play against Gladiator Beast, I side this out. Because that deck generally, the way that it wants to play is summon Gladiator Beast, set 4, set 5. You're not gonna win by like resolving this Trap Dust Shoot. You need to side it out. It's better to have a card like MST or Dust Tornado or literally any other card, even a Smashing or Ground. And also, even when you're up against certain decks that it's good against, you might want to consider taking it out if you go second. Because if you go second, then your opponent already set up. They already set their back rows, some of their monsters, so it's not going to be as effective. So generally, I like to side this card out if I'm going second, or if I'm up against certain matchups like Gladiator Beast. But at the same time, there's also certain matches that you also always keep this card in. For example, like Frog Hero. They're always going to have a large hand size. It's mono, so you can always keep Dust Shooting against that deck. So just be careful with this card because when you draw it and it's dead, it's the worst feeling ever. One main deck Devi. This card is cracked. Actually, I won a set. So I won so many sets because of Devi. I was just able to see my opponent's hand and just know that they couldn't do anything. It's a really, really easy card to trigger in Blackwings because I can just go Shora, Gale, Armor Master, Devi. I can just go Bora, normal summon Blizzard, get Armwing from a Blackwing out the graveyard, Devi. Or I even can go normal Blizzard, special summon a Bora out of my hand, make Armwing, Devi. This card is very easy to pull off. Yeah, it's amazing. Next up, Torrential, standard. Deep Prisons, these are standard in Blackwings. It's really good. Bottomless, these are also standard, nothing special. And lastly, Triple Icarus Attack. This is what makes Blackwing so powerful right here. The fact that you can get rid of any 2 cards on the field is just amazing. And if you use it right, you can actually get a +1 off. So let's say, for example, like I go summon Shora and I attack with Shora. You activate Deep Prison. I can go chain Icarus Attack, get rid of your other 2 cards. And now already I lost 2, right? I lost the Shora and the Icarus Attack. You lost 3 cards, +1. So this card's really, really good. And also another reason why I play triple value is because like generally you don't like tributing your big monsters. Like you don't want to Icarus Attack like your Shoras, your Boras, your Kalute, unless a situation happens like the one I just explained. But like you don't care if you Icarus Attack a Vayu, right? So that's another reason why I play 3 Vayu. But anyway, this card is really, really, really good. It's also why 1 counter to Black Wings. So another tip to beat the deck, Starlight Road. It's really, really good. Because Black Wings, they destroy so many cards. I mean, like, look at this. You have Torrential, you have Mirror Force, Triple Icarus, right? Heavy Storm. That's already 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, right? Just off the top of my head. Oh yeah, deck Devi. But you have to be careful because sometimes you might not be able to Starlight Road deck Devi. Just the only thing to keep in mind is Black Wings, they do have a counter to Starlight Road in Royal Oppression. So if you activate Starlight Road, I can activate Royal Oppression. And even if you say, oh, I'm not going to summon Stardust, it doesn't matter. I can still Oppression and negate the Starlight Road. But anyway, yeah, Starlight Road is really, really good against Black Wings because usually when you resolve a Starlight Road, you're in such a great position that it's impossible to lose. So that's the main deck.